Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Nikhil Kumar. Today we are going to talk about something super interesting, that is static pods in Kubernetes. These are special pods that Kubernetes does not manage in the usual way. Let's see what they are, why they exist, and how to create one on a cluster. So what exactly are static pods? Unlike regular pods managed by the Kubernetes API server, static pods are directly managed by the kubelet on a node. They are defined using simple manifest files on the node file system. The kubelet watches those files and ensures those pods run on that node. There is no need of deployment, replica set, or scheduler involved for the static pods. So why would you ever use a static pods? They're perfect for running critical system components that must always be present on a node, like kube-proxy, custom monitoring agents, bootstrapping cluster components before your control plane is fully functional. Now let's see how to create a static pods in our cluster. So this is our Kubernetes cluster. So first of all, we need to find where our kubelet looks for static pod manifest file. In vanilla Kubernetes, the default path for static pod manifest is usually /etc/kubernetes/manifests. In our system, it does not exist because we are running with the RK2 server, that is the Rancher Kubernetes. So this is our Rancher Kubernetes RK2-server. In RK2 cluster, we have a different path for the kubelet manifest file, that is var lib rancher rk2 agent pod-manifests. Under this, we can see there are a couple of manifest file already exist, that is etcd, kube API server, cloud controller manager, scheduler, and the proxy. So that means all these components are running as a static pods in our Kubernetes cluster. So I'm going to create one sample static pod file under this particular path. So let me create one static pod example.yml. Let me update the content here. This manifest file looks exactly like a normal pod YAML. Same kind, same structure, same API version, and same specification. If you want to understand how to create a pod manifest file, I have a dedicated video for this. I will add a link in the description so you can check it out. So basically the major difference is when you save it into a static pod folder, the kubelet automatically creates and manages this pod on that specific node. And you don't need to run any kubectl apply commands. As soon as I save this YAML file, kubelet automatically creates the pod. So I don't need to run any kubectl apply command. So let me save and exit. Now we don't need to run any kubectl command. We just need to run the kubectl get pods command. And we can see our pod is running fine. So kubelet automatically monitors this particular path and creates a pod as per the manifest file exists in this particular pod manifest folder. Now let's check the logs for this. So kubectl logs, and we can see we are getting an output static pod running on the pod host name. Now if we want to delete the pod, we can't delete it with the kubectl delete command because kubelet will find the manifest file under this path. So let's give a try. Kubectl delete pod and the pod name, and let's run the same command again. We can see the pod got recreated, and let's run it again. The pod is in the running state. Why? Because kubelet is the one who recreates it because it exists in the static path folder. Now if we want to delete a static pod permanently, we must delete the manifest file from the nodes file system. So what we need to do, we just need to delete this particular file from the folder and our pod will gone. I'm running the kubectl get pod with the watch. As we can see, the pod is getting terminated because kubelet gets to know that there is no static pod example.yml file exists. So hence it deleted that particular pod. Kubectl get pods. So there is no pod with the static pod name, and because there is no manifest file in this. Now to sum it up, Static pods are defined as a files on the disk. It's managed directly by the kubelet, not by the Kubernetes control plane. It's great for critical node level services. And that's it for static pods. I hope this helps you to understand static pods and how to create in our Kubernetes cluster. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.